Hello everyone and welcome back to the end game of Star Fox Adventures. We've just got a couple of parts left and it's kind of bittersweet actually. We're finishing off with all the Spellstones today and we're going to start getting our final Chrysaor Spirit, and only in a 12-minute part as well. Now this footage you're looking at now might be a little bit familiar, and the reason for this is because it is in fact the footage from the first time we came to the Ocean Force Point. Now the reason for this is I basically started a recording session, got up to here, then got to this puzzle in here, and I stopped to go and do something else, and the footage got corrupted, and it had already kind of saved my progress from. So from this point now, you see that cut just then. This is basically the footage after it got corrupted. So from now on, the footage is fine from this point. There's no cuts, no anything else like that. Now we're doing this puzzle again, and it's basically, you're going to see me actually fuck up this one. There you go. That's what happens if you fuck up. You get that nice little cutscene. This puzzle's a lot harder now. As you can see here, you actually do have to do the whole thing now. And like an idiot, I'd never realised how you're actually supposed to do this, and you're supposed to actually use Tricky for this. And I'm going to show you here what you have to do. Yep, you have to get him to stand on that, and it makes the whole thing a lot fucking easier. I was a moron for never realising it. Just get off my back, yo. This place is still so awesome. Now I'm not actually getting the cheat token, which is actually, I've mentioned this before, but I'll just say it again. If you're wanting to get them all, it is actually on the right there, around the corner. All you have to do is make use of the door opening thing we got before we went to the walled city, and then you can kind of just go in and use it basically. Like I said, that's just the final amendment to every single time I mention the cheat tokens. It's nice for a little bit of kind of vague background information, but pretty much by the time you get to this point, like one of the hints is about the final boss. It's so pointless and it just doesn't add anything, and it's like probably the most useless attempt at foreshadowing that I've ever seen personally. How the fuck did you get here before, Tricky? Yeah, you people might want to start enjoying Tricky by this point, because we won't be seeing him much longer. No, said nobody ever in a teary voice. Nobody cares about Tricky. God, my health bar's so huge by this point. Now, like I said about the volcano force point, the second time you come here, this second time around is much shorter. Like, I literally got, I think most of the time is just the cutscene that plays when you put the Spellstone back, honestly. I think I might start summing up soon my thoughts on the entire game, because I've kind of got nothing else to say about the Ocean Force Point. Like, we've kind of seen it and done it, as it were, and by the time we get to the final couple of, well, the next two parts, which are the final two parts basically, there's kind of so much going to be happening and so much to talk about in those. I might not get time to, I guess, especially in the last part. I won't have time to there. There's a lot of stuff to cover in that. I'm honestly, like, because it's quite late at the minute when I'm recording, so I usually record all of these like midday. It's like 9:15 at night at the minute, and I've got to say that music in the background is super chilling me out, and I hope it comes through in my voice how chilled it's making me feel. Now this is the puzzle that we did earlier, when we came here. This is kind of a more advanced version of it, and it's kind of I find this, the thing with this, they didn't make it more challenging, they made it more of a pain in the arse basically. What you have to do is, before you could hit any of the statues and any of the water would douse the flames, but now you have to hit specific ones to douse specific flames. So like under that one I'm shooting at now is blue, and you use that to kind of douse the blue flame. It's become unnecessarily more irritating basically. And they start moving faster and faster after each time, so you want to start shooting at these things now before they start moving, all that, kind of like what I'm doing here. but you actually want to do it successfully, because I messed it up there. I much prefer the first portion of this puzzle. Like I said, this one's just unnecessarily irritating. So like this is what I mean. You want to start shooting it before like ages before it starts moving. So like you basically want the fire to move into the water, not the water to pour over the fire, if you know what I mean. Now this is where it starts getting irritating, when you start getting into the last two pieces of fire. You especially want to make sure you're conservative with your shots, because you don't want to keep having to like go over and get more magic, because it's just a waste of time. Come on. God damn. I think I got that one. Hell yeah. Okay, now this one just like kind of just goes around the entire thing before stopping. So you've got to like literally be ready to shoot like that there. You literally got to be ready to shoot it the minute it kind of, because it only stopped twice. You've got to be ready to hit it very, very like early. And don't do what I'm doing here, where I'm shooting it while it's going up. Wait for it to go for another go around the entire thing again, and then shoot at it. So like, don't just like shoot at it in a panic or something like that. Just wait and just be patient here. Patience is the key to winning here. I think I've done it this time. Nope, I still haven't done it. This is quite embarrassing. I got it this time though. I'm so not chilled out, Ocean Force Point. You're not chilling me out for Ocean Force Point. There we go. And that's pretty much it, done. We've just got to do another block puzzle, then we can go put our Spellstone back. That music cue is so odd. Might want to go get some magic power first, because this puzzle, like the last one, is a lot more complicated than the first time we came here. You're going to have to use a lot more magic here. It's actually a good thing we did get the magic upgrade last part, or the part before that. Tricky summing up how all of you are probably feeling at this minute. Thanks, Tricky. Yeah, you want to make sure you're standing directly behind it before you shoot, because if you don't, you just kind of get stuck. This is a lot. This is actually a lot. It's kind of good preparation for a puzzle you're going to do next part. We're going to do next part. That's a bit kind of bitchy and a bit complicated if you're not kind of switched on. There we go. That's it. Now we just got to go put the Spellstone back. It's kind of like weird looking up at all those power-ups, because we haven't used any of them in ages. Do you remember the Sharp Claw one, going to the Cloud Runner Fortress and getting that? Like we haven't really used it. I mean, like we used it a minute ago, but like it's so sparing, it's kind of pointless. Yep, grab those. Just don't fall. There's no point. As you probably saw there's some fuel cells over there. Don't bother getting those. You don't need fuel cells anymore. I remember when I was younger and I played this, like wanting to collect every little thing in the game. So like, I would go out of my way to get every fuel cell, even though they're pretty much pointless after Dragon Rock. I actually did get that first time, unlike the last time, which took me bloody ages, if you remember. Let's go put this mother back and save Dinosaur Planet. It's right there in front of us. Hell yeah. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the final Spellstone. We've officially saved Dinosaur Planet, but not really, because there's still 2 parts after this. With its own hologram technology. I do like this musical piece that plays here. Fuck yeah.
Guys, are you seeing this? Mission complete.
He's just happy to get off this planet.
We've placed all the
Plot twist.
There must be more to it, Fox.
No shit, Pepe.
Since you left Walled City, I've been studying your mission, and I've noticed there's something hidden at the top of that huge temple.
How convenient.
The Krazoa shrine entrance.
Oh yeah, I could have told you that. Oh, come on.
Thank you, Tricky. Once again, proving your limitless usefulness. Anyway, yeah, just cut straight back to Thorntail Hollow. We have to backtrack through all of that, by the way. Oh, she's up and about for once. There's the blue grub tub, which is inappropriately underneath her there. Don't want to know what it's doing there. Thorntail is looking at that wall, very interested in it.
But wait, the spirits. They must have
Yep, we have to get all the Krazoa spirits to save Dinosaur Planet, which was established earlier, but for some reason Fox has forgotten it, and now it's a priority. He wasn't our boss, that was Pepe. Again, you say there's a shrine you've yet to find that you don't know about it, but you literally said a second ago you knew about it, and you could have told us that. Make up your fucking mind, Tricky. Anyway, that was a pretty short part, so we've got the location of one of our final Krazoa spirits. So we've got to go to the ball to go get it, and then the next part right after that. So I'll see you next time in the Star Fox Adventures playthrough when we go to the Walled City and claim our final Krazoa spirit, which is probably the most nostalgic test they could have picked for us. So I'll see you then.